Who were the men and women who obeyed God's word to build and lead Frieden's Lutheran Church as it is today? Were they your parents or grandparents? The early pastors that served us brought a vision of worship and serving the Lord in this place. First sent as a missionary by the Wisconsin Synod to Emmanuel-Acoma, Pastor Henry Brown also served other churches in this area, including Peace in 1891, and still others worshiping today. In the beginning, the families worshipped in homes and later called Pastor Brown to serve here. Soon after being organized, a church was built, and in the early 1900s, a school was built next to the church, and then an English Sunday school begun. Our founders always have had an education as a priority for Peace. Each pastor left a mark on the congregation by his leadership, personality, or character. The next pastor with a vision for growth was Pastor G.E. Fritzke, who spent 21 years here. At first, services and confirmation classes were in German. After the First World War, speaking German wasn't popular in the United States, so English services and confirmation were added. During Pastor Fritzke's years, an addition to the first church was built. In 1921, Pastor Schulze was called. He preached German on Sunday morning services and English in the evening. During his 24 years of leadership, our present church was planned and built. Did you know that the Hutchinson leader recorded that 5,000 people were present to rejoice the day of the dedication of the building in 1927? Which personalities kept the sandwiches and coffee coming? The women of the congregation. This is still true today. Ladies' Aid and later Dorcas Club were among the women who worked for Peace. In the earliest years when Sunday school was held in homes, the Ladies' Aid supported them. Our women gave of their time by preparing meals as fundraisers for the sanctuary and for missions as they do today. Here are some interesting facts about Peace. We've had 2 sets of father-son pastors. Pastor Frederick Kohler was here in 1893, and his oldest son Arthur, born in Hutchinson, was pastor from 1945 to 1952. Donald Below was called in 1959, and later that year, his father, Julius, was called to be the assistant pastor. When the Peace Center was built, Pastor Lauer served. Dean Marth was pastor here during the church's 75th anniversary, its 100th anniversary, and will be speaking at our 125th celebration in September. Little Lambs became more than a preschool and is a ministry to the community, teaching the love of Jesus under Pastor Bodie's 20 years here. We've had 2 deaconesses at Peace, a couple of vicars, several youth directors. Paul Berg came in 1975 as Minister of Education, left for 5 years, and now has been here at Peace for a total of 40 years. Many talented musicians and organists have served here, including Paul Oddie, who has been here for 25 years, retired, and is still involved in the mission of Peace. Church Secretary Helen Nissy spent 21 years in our office, and for the past 34 years, Melva Plath has worked with several pastors and staff and many volunteers. Looking at the old records and pictures of the first 50 and 60 years of Peace's existence, many names are still in the church directory even after 125 years. In fact, if one is a newcomer, the saying goes, don't say anything critical about a fellow member because they may be related to the other half of the church. Today, you are the personalities. With the staff, your membership, as in years past, keeps Peace a congregation that fulfills our mission statement, touching lives with the love and saving grace of Jesus. Our pastors and the congregation through these 125 years have been a blessing in the ministry of Peace, And as we look to the future, may our prayer be for continued blessings. This is the first confirmation class. Many of the same family names are still here today. Now add your name to those. Have you attended worship, Holy Communion? Have you been baptized, confirmed, volunteered for different ministries and projects? Have you been an officer, an elder, a trustee, an usher, or a teacher? Are you on a committee? Do you sing in the choir? Each of you is an important builder and worker in God's kingdom. Peace is a huge jigsaw puzzle, and if any pieces are missing, the puzzle cannot be complete. Each one is an important part of the whole.